Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome for our info session concerning the new pool of experts that we are about to nominate in the near future. My name is Henri Terho. I'm the Director of Arts and Culture Funding and I have a colleague with me.
Hello, I'm Hanna Susitaival. I'm head of unit. I can't remember my...
I might maybe assist you as the head of the unit of state subsidies.
Thank you.
This is starting very fluently
Yes.
and very well. We have reserved an hour to go through the changes that are going to take place with regards to our peer reviewing structure. I think it might take some 30-40 minutes
maybe.
for me and Hanna to go through the basic features of the change, and then we have time for any comments and questions that you would like to raise in the open. And we have a chat forum available that you can use while listening to our talk or later on when we are on the phase for the Q&A session.
And now I remember, it's actually government grants unit.
The head of the unit for government grants. Please welcome Hanna to join me in this session. Okay, but let's get started.
Yes.
So we are undergoing a major change for the whole structure of arts councils. And I have to admit that the change is also very major from our perspective and together with a historical change.
Yes.
We've been working since 2000, and I was appointed for the first time in 2009 for this office, and you were there already.
Even earlier, yes.
So we have a 20 years of history,
Yes.
both of us working in the arts administration. And this is the most drastic change for both of our careers in the arts administration. Our present-day system of arts councils was established sometime around 1968 or something like that, which means, of course, ages in terms of governmental structures. And now we have started the appointment process for the new pool of experts. And some basic issues concerning the backgrounds of what has happened and what's going to happen. First of all, we had a legislative change in July 2025, and according to that, the new Finnish Arts and Culture Agency was established on 1st of January 2026. And part of this legislation, the present-day council structure will be dismantled, and there will be a new peer review structure that is going to be in effect from 1st of July 2026 onwards. So the change has not yet happened, but we are preparing the change to come in the near future. And in the new structure of peer reviewing, there are three kind of, I might call those levels of operations. And in the following slide, we are going to have the same information in the form of a chart. But to begin with, there will be a Council of Arts and Culture, which is going to be the major decision-making body in the new organization. And we are going to have pool of experts, which is actually the topic for today's info session, to be accurate. And we are going to have grant assessment panels where the evaluation work of our applications is going to be made. There are some basic principles that we try to maintain in the formation of the new structure. And the key principles are that we are maintaining the peer reviewing processes. We are maintaining our ambition to keep the autonomy of art intact. And we are trying to preserve the regional equality in our decision-making and in the structures of the process. And throughout the preparation of this work, in the latter parts of 2025, we've been consulting widely our stakeholders in the field of arts and culture. We have had roundtable discussions, we have had many individual meetings with stakeholders, and we have made interviews with people who are key informers in the processes that we are preparing now in the process. So there has been a lot of negotiations behind the scenes while making the new structure. And this is a chart that presents the new structure. And if you have attended our previous sessions, this is something that we've been showing since maybe autumn of 2024 onwards or something like that, when this kind of structure was decided. So the most important decision-making part is the one in purple color or violet color in the head there in the middle, being the Council of Arts and Culture. The government is appointing the Council of Arts and Culture, and the preparation of that group is now underway in the Ministry of Education and Culture. And according to our information, the nomination will take place sometime during the spring. And the Council is going to make all the grant decisions and all the decisions concerning awards in our new system. The Council of Arts and Culture appoints the members for a pool of experts that is on the left-hand side in this chart. And our task in the agency is to prepare the grouping and is to prepare the nomination of the pool of experts. And that's the work that we have now started. Amongst the people and the experts that are part of the pool, the agency is forming panels. And the panels are being gathered for each calls and each call application rounds separately. We are going to have many different panels with various sizes according to the needs that we have in terms of applications. So the purpose is that we have panels, be it on basis of various art forms or whatever the grant forms are within which the assessment is being made. The chart shows here 8 panels with various sizes, different number of people in a panel, but this is simply to illustrate that there will be a variety of panels with a variety of members in each panel. So this is not kind of set that there will be 8 panels with these kinds of memberships. And the panels are the ones where evaluation of applications is made. And they are giving a preparation, they are giving a statement for the council for decision making when it comes to grant applications. So this is basically what will happen in the future.
The new structure. And this pool of experts, the new Council of Arts and Culture will select the members for this pool of experts after consulting key parties in the arts and culture sector. And we have, just on Monday, we have sent requests to these key parties to nominate people for the pool of experts. And approximately 300 members will be appointed to the pool. We haven't given a precise number, but we say approximately 300 members. We hope that we will have a big variety of different experts in the pool, in the new pool. And here are the kind of key areas we need in the pool. We need representatives of different fields of the arts and their subgenres. We, of course, need also regional and operational expertise. And then we need expertise of many thematic areas. So these are kind of the main headlines here. And there will be a term of 3 years for this pool. So if you are nominated to the pool, you will be a member for 3 years, and the first round starts in September 2026. And then when the pool of experts is nominated, when we have the pool, then the agency will assemble these panels, these grant assessment panels, among the members from the pool. So it's kind of in 2 levels, the system. First the pool, and then the panels from the members of the pool. And all this will be public information, so when we have the composition of the pool of experts, it will be, of course, published in our website. And what are the, or we think, and we know that will be kind of new good things in this new system. So the pool of experts, it will be improved flexibility for reviewing applications. And here are some things how this will happen. Members of the pool are eligible to apply for a grant from the agency. But of course, they cannot serve on the grant assessment panels for that call for applications. But you can be a member of the pool and send your own application, grant application, if you want and need to send that. Also, members of the pool can influence how many applications they review and how often. So there is flexibility also on that, because we all know that life happens and things happen. So of course, we would like to have members that can take these tasks, but of course we know that sometimes it's not possible. Members will be assigned a varying number of review tasks. Each member will be assigned at least one review task per term, most likely more. So that we promise that there would be at least one review task for every member of the pool. Of course, it can happen that it's not in the beginning of the term of the pool. It can be also later. And also there will be a variety of how many tasks for different members for the pool, depending on many things. Each member will be assigned a manageable number of applications in the application round. That's one very important thing, because in this how to say, I can already say old system, almost old system. There have been members in our art councils who have had big amounts of applications to go through, and then some smaller amounts. And that's not a good thing. We want that everybody, the task, the job is kind of same to everybody. So that's one good thing for this new system. And of course, if something happens and you are a member of the pool and you want to resign from the pool of experts, that's of course also possible in the middle of the term.
Good. And then some other considerations how the new panels will be operating. So, as said, the panels are to ensure the peer reviewing processes. So that is a group of peers that will be operating in a panel. The panels will review all the grant applications by individuals and working groups that consist of individuals. And the panels will present opinions to the Council of Arts and Culture, based on which the Council will make the decisions on who is getting a grant and who is not. The panels are also reviewing the applications that we receive from communities. Those are not being decided by the Council, but as is the case also nowadays, the decisions is being made by the agency itself, and the reviewing panels are giving statements and opinions for the agency as ground for the decision making. And similarly, the panels are going through the applications for supplementary artist pensions and presenting an opinion for the decision making, which also is happening within the agency, not within the Council. And all in all, these tasks are practically similar to the tasks that the present-day councils, arts councils, are having in the processes. In addition to these third items, the panels are also presenting opinions for the decision-making when it's dealing with prizes. So the panels are making suggestions as for the prize awardees for the council, and they are also making preparations when we are making nominations for the honorary titles of art academics. And some considerations what the work in a panel looks like at this moment. And again, as said, this is where the key operations for the peer reviewing are being made. So in that sense, this is of key importance for the new system. The panel members are first reading applications on their own in their own computer with the online application system that we have in the agency. And in cases where, for example, in some fields of art where the number of applications is very huge, the panel might divide the tasks within the panel. So in all cases, it might not be necessary that all the panel members would be going through all the applications for the panel. They might divide the work in a way that actually also present-day councils are doing. After this independent phase, the panels are gathering in meetings and they are then forming their opinions for the applications as a whole. And the applications will be processed in the meetings. And a collective opinion will be formulated in the panels based on the discussions in the meetings. So also in that sense, the work is reminding the way in which nowadays councils are operating. So the evaluators are not operating on their own, but they are part of a panel where the opinion is being formed. So the panel is presenting a joint opinion on applications. The next point is rather, let's say, a bit difficult for us yet still in this phase. And even though, for example, this info session now is held in English, we still have to start from the assumption that the meeting language of each of the panels, at least in the starting phase, will be Finnish. Which means that we are not expecting that everybody would be fluent speakers of Finnish language, but we require that the members for panels know Finnish well enough in order to be able to follow discussion in a panel meeting. And having said this, we still are suggesting and recommending that also people that don't have Finnish as their native language would be interested in joining the pool, and we do really recognize that the importance of various language background artists is of key importance. We also need to have members in the pool of experts and also in the panels who are capable of also reading applications in Swedish or in English. And we have to guarantee that also those languages we are having a system that the handling of the application will be done properly in whatever language one is using. We are going to pay meeting fees of the meetings of assessment panels in the similar way as we are now paying fees also for the meetings for the councils. And in addition, we are going to have small fees for reviewing work of the applications based on the number of applications one is reviewing. And Hanna already mentioned that the openness and the publicity of the work requires that not only the pool of experts but also the grant assessment panels will be published on our website to make the transparency of the system clear enough for our applicants.
And some things about this council then, or the kind of the last section after the reviewing of the applications. So all decisions of grants for individuals and prizes will be made within this Council of Arts and Culture based on the opinions of the grant assessment panel. So this is very important for us, that it's based on the opinions of the panels. Government grants for communities will continue to be civil servant decisions made within the agency. So there is no change to this system. This will go on like it is now and has been earlier. And decisions made by the council will be based on peer reviews made within the grant assessment panels and a presentation of their opinions. So the opinions of the panel members and the peer reviews is very important part of this system already in the future. And the council will itself take a position on peer review procedures. So when the council starts its work in August, so one of the first things will be this, that they will take a position on these procedures first before they can go on.
And maybe one addition
Yes.
before we are going to enter the practicalities of forming the new pool. in our Finnish language session that we had earlier today, we got a question that I would like to now answer as well. Because we also have boards. We have two boards, one for visual artists and one for writers and translators. And to be accurate, this change has not effect whatsoever for the boards, because they are based on a different legislation, and the boards are remaining and they have same kind of structure and decision-making role as nowadays.
Yes, good. And then we go further to the practice appointment, how the pool of experts, about the appointment of the pool of experts. So, like we said earlier, we have launched now the historical first round of nomination for the pool of experts. So it started on Monday, and we have already got some suggestions, so it's working. We know that it's working, that's good. And we sent out requests for nomination to these key parties in the arts and culture sector. We have selected around 300 key parties to whom we have sent out requests for nominations. And we will take nominations until the 24th of April. So you have, I think, plenty of time also to think about this and ask for people to be your candidates. And then we continue so that the agency will prepare the composition of the pool of experts for the Council of Arts and Culture when they start their work in August 2026, so in this year, of course. So then the decision will be made there, but we will continue to prepare the composition for August and September. And the decision will be made in September. That's our knowledge about the schedule at the moment. And it will be a 3-year term for the members of the pool of experts, and it will start in September. And about the composition of the pool of experts, we already said something about what kind of people we need to the pool. So the members should represent the different subgenders and professional groups within each field of the arts, as well as the diversity of the arts and culture sector. And we hope that the nominees will represent different age groups living in different parts of Finland and representing different genders, as well as linguistic and cultural backgrounds. So we hope that we will have variety in all these things in the pool of experts, so that it will really be a big selection of special experts for us to review our applications. And we have also said that we will set the target for how many members of the pool of experts reside outside Helsinki region. So that is also important for us, that the pool of experts will really have members from all around Finland. And here is a list of expertise, which also will be requested. Inclusion, accessibility, special groups, cultural diversity and specific minority groups, entrepreneurship, administrative, economic and production expertise, international collaborations, cultural exchanges, art research, new technologies, publishing channels. So you can see that we hope that we will really have a large selection of expertise in our coming pool.
And I think it's my turn.
Yes,
maybe
your
next.
turn, yes.
As said, we have now started, and the online forms for making suggestions or informing oneself for the pool is now opened, and it's available for you in our website. Basically, we have 2 channels through which we are taking in candidates for the new pool. On Monday, there were altogether 293 organizations that received an email from us where we presented a possibility for making nominations for the pool. And that's the first part of this slide. So we had 293 organizations that we approached separately and suggested they have a possibility for making nominations. But having said this, we also find it crucially important that the group is not restricted only for those 293. We have also an open channel for nominations. So if you or your organization didn't receive a mail from us on Monday, you can, however, make a suggestion on behalf of your organization or inform yourself as a candidate. And we don't make any separation in terms of any hierarchy, which one of the channels is being used when making suggestions for nominations. But for those of you who received a letter from us on Monday, there is a link to the nomination form that you can use. And the information that we ask from the organization is rather, let's say, sparse. We basically only ask the names of the candidates that you are suggesting and their contact information. Because we are then followingly, we are sending a form that would be filled by the individual that you or your organization is suggesting, so to make also the burden a little bearable for organizations, so organizations don't need to gather information concerning the candidates in a way that previously has been made in our systems. So the candidates are themselves filling a form which has closer information as one's background or artistic expertise. The open channel for nominations is something that is totally new for our system. So in addition to recipients of nomination requests, any community active in the arts and culture may nominate members. And we encourage you to follow this path if necessary. And in addition, also individuals may themselves express their interest in serving as a member for the expert pool. And if one is being suggested, well, basically I said this already, a bit repetition in this phase, the individuals that are being suggested are the ones that are giving us more detailed information as for their backgrounds. You can find all the information from our, let's say, older website. So all the information that is dealing with this matter is still in www.taike.fi, so in the websites of the former Arts Promotion Centre Finland. So that's all available there, also in English language. And again, to verify all the nominations, whichever channel they are coming through, are considered equal regardless of how they have entered our system. And here is a compilation of the groupings that we were using when we send the nomination request letter for the 293 communities. The groups that were included, maybe a small step backwards, the law is defining that we have a hearing amongst the most important organizations in the arts and culture field, and this is a kind of set of subgroups that we have used when defining what are the groups that this means actually. So there are national artists associations. They are in numbers roughly approximately 40-50 associations. There are key regional arts and artist communities. The number is a little smaller than the national associations have. There are other arts and communities representing professionals. For example, arts producers or curators are the examples that what does this refer to. There are parties that are representing higher education and research. So basically, just about all the universities of applied arts and sciences are included, and also the universities are included. There are some museums, either regional responsible museums or the central government transfer museums that are operating on that funding. There are arts information centers and specialized arts museums. For example, Theatre Museum or Finnish Photographic Museum are examples of the special arts museums. There are communities that represent production and distribution channels, linguistic and cultural minorities, and parties that are promoting cultural inclusion and accessibility. And the final one is the group of regional councils, since they have a task in terms of promoting culture that comes from legislation that is based on their activities. So these are the kind of groupings that we had in mind. But again, to verify if you are not included, please send, however, us suggestions for people that could be joining the pool. And Hanna.
Yes, I think this is our last slide, so you can prepare for the questions if you haven't sent them already. So if some party is nominating you for the pool of experts, so you will then receive an email with a link to a form, and that's the form where you can fill in your details, your personal details, your contact details, and also details about your artist expertise. So that's the form where we collect kind of the detailed information about all the candidates. And this form is in Finnish or Swedish. And in addition to your personal details and contact information, you will be asked for other information also about your expertise. So this includes, for example, your job title and professional role in the arts and culture sector, your expertise in the arts, your previous experience in reviewing grant or funding applications. But this is not the demand that you should have previous experience. We also want people that come to do this for the first time. So you can send your form if you don't have this also, or you have or don't have previous expertise or experience. And then if you have professional expertise in one region or maybe also other regions in Finland, that's one question we also need to know. And then you have to attach your CV. It's also required when you fill in the form, so that we can know about your artistic background and your professional background. And then we will keep the nominated individuals, we will keep you informed when the process goes on. And like we said earlier, the decision of the composition of this pool will be made in September. So then you will know if you are selected for the pool. And of course, you will get an information also about this decision. And this is a screenshot about of the form. How does it look like? And this is in Finnish, and then it's the other option is in Swedish.
And maybe a slight addition for that. When a organization is making a suggestion for a member of the pool, that form is also available in English, because we think
Yes.
that we have plenty of organizations that are operating in English language, and we'd like to make it open for those organizations to make a suggestion for a member. But as said, a member should be capable of following meetings and materials basically in Finnish, which makes that we have made this kind of decisions concerning the languages used also in the forms. But hey, I think this is our information for today, and we are waiting now for any comments or questions for the chat forum that you might have, and I think we still haven't yet any inquiry there, but
we can wait a while.
We can easily wait a
Yes.
while.
And of course, please contact us if there will be questions later. Either if you are a key party who got this letter from us, or either if you are an artist or person who thinks that would I be a candidate for this. So please ask if you have any questions. Also during this nomination time, which will go on until almost at the end of April. So there will be plenty of time to prepare also.
And we have also a separate email account for the inquiries. Name might be all English-speaking attendees a bit difficult, because that will be asiantuntijapankki kuvi.fi, which is the abbreviation for
Yes.
our organization. But if that's difficult to grasp, just contact our customer service and they will aid you forward in all
Yes.
matters that might have relevance for this process of nominations. But hey, let's say that we are now waiting, let's say, another minute, and if there is
Yep.
any things that you'd like to raise in the open, you still have a second to kind of start writing, and then we're following the chat forum. What's going on? This presentation is available in our YouTube channel, so you have also a possibility of returning with these issues later on.
And I think that what you said in the Finnish info, that if you think that you could be a candidate, so then please be a candidate. So that, I think that was a good advice.
We try to keep the threshold as low as possible
Yes.
for informing oneself for the pool. But hey, I think this is
Yes.
fine for this event. And let's be in contact, ask any further questions that you might have in your mind. And there you can see the asiantuntaeij@kuvi.fi address. So please contact our customer service if that ever is a bit easier.
Yes.
All right. Hey, let's be in contact. Thank
Thank
you
you.
for attending this info session.